Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't know what happened with Dmitry Medvedev, but he's kind of feisty and I didn't know him that way. I knew him a little bit more diplomatic and settled. But now it seems like he's very feisty, and I have a suggestion. I think they should maybe change the size of his underwear, because I think the underwear are too tight on him. So that creates a little bit of, you know what I mean? Men would understand that, kind of like discomfort a little bit. So he's a little bit feisty and energetic. So let's see what this guy did again. Well, the picture might tell half of the story. Don't you think he's got the underwear too tight on him? I think so. That's the face. All right. So this article comes from Ukrainska Pravda from November 12, 2022. After quote-unquote difficult decisions, Medvedev again threatens with an arsenal of weapons. Okay, let's see. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of the Security Council of the Russian Federation, has said that Russia has allegedly not yet used its quote-unquote arsenal of weapons, equipment and munitions. I would say I would agree with that, about 99%. Okay, but let's say, quote from Medvedev, Russia, for obvious reasons, which I think you can see what the reasons are, has not yet used its entire arsenal of possible weapons, equipment and munitions, and did not attack all possible enemy targets located in populated areas. That's also correct. Why? I think they can hit just like this. Just do it. Boom. You can say, well, they already did that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I tell you why. Klitschko is still alive. What's his name? The Jewish coalition, the kosher coalition, the four guys over there are still alive. And other weasels over there. Kuleba is still alive. Other little are still alive. So no, I don't think so. Okay. And it says here that, and not only from our inherent human kindness, everything has its time. All right, so he calls that, and did not attack all possible enemy targets located in populated areas, and not only from our inherent human kindness, everything has its time. End quote. Details. Medvedev also stated that Russia is supposedly shaping the future world order, but not, quote-unquote, the United States with Britain and Dark Kiev. Well, remember, this is an Ukrainian media outlet. And it says here that he also complained that the Russian Federation is allegedly, and I'm quoting, fighting NATO alone, end quote, without mentioning, for example, military aid from Iran. Now, let's see who we have a name for this author. Yes, her name is Ukrainska Pravda. All right. So whomever is the author of this article knows the word, is familiar with the word allegedly, because it's using it right here when he said, or she said, he also complained that the Russian Federation is allegedly fighting NATO alone. But then the same author forgets to use the word allegedly or reportedly or possibly when he or she goes to the next sentence, without mentioning, for example, military aid from Iran. That's a given. No, it's not a given, my boy. It's not a given. That's alleged. Okay, that's alleged. It's not proven, as the other one, allegedly fighting NATO alone. It is fighting alone. Who is fighting with them? Even if Iran would provide the drones right now to how do you call it, to Russia, you put, well, two countries, let's say, if you put those two countries and you put the other ones, the NATO, on the other side, obviously, right? I mean, again, if we are to believe the Iranians and the Russians, the Iranians do not supply drones to the Russians, or did not supply drones to the Russians this year, or at least during the war in Ukraine. If we are doubting that and we say that's not true, then we can doubt a lot of things. I'm just saying what those guys said. Now if we take it like that, we can say, oh, whatever, I think they're I don't know, American troops in fighting in Ukraine. What if the Russians come and say that? Anyway, there are Iranian drones. Yes, there are Iranian drones. Were they supplied now during the war? Ukrainians said yes, the Russians say no. Iranians say no. So I don't know. It's in between. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. So anyway, this reporter seems to know that, and he just says that, or she says that, Iran fights together with Russia. Okay, well, the thing is, Medvedev, I think, is correct in saying that they did not use the entire arsenal of possible weapons. Not only nuclear weapons, but there's many other weapons that they did not use probably at this point. Just think about it. Equipment and munitions. I think that's accurate, and did not attack possible enemy targets located in populated area. When attacked them in populated, but not all possible enemy, because this guy is smart in what he's saying. He doesn't say, he said all possible enemy targets. Of course, you can possibly do everything unless you put a nuclear weapon, then everything is gone. And this, the last sentence, is the most important one, I think. Says everything has its time. So it's not the right time to do what they didn't do yet. Regarding the supposedly, again, the author knows the word supposedly and allegedly, and is very conscious. So that means it tells me that this author expressively doesn't use them over there when it fits his or her narrative. And he says here that Medvedev also stated that Russia is supposedly shaping the future world order. I think Russia does that, but not the United States with Britain and Dark Kiev. It's going to be a multipolar, or at least bipolar world order, and it's shaped by Russia as of now in a way that it shows that it can withstand the Western United States hegemony. And you see China, you see India. It's just enough those two countries to not drop Russia from their list of friends, and that's enough. I don't need. I mean, you got Iran. Even if you consider all these guys bad dudes, you have to consider them as countries, population, military power, and economic power. So you don't like them, or they're bad, or they're all, let's say, terrorist states, but they are, and they will shape that part of the world in their own, image, as the other guys are doing it the way they want it. So it's true that Russia, through whatever it happens right now in Ukraine, shapes a new world order. Why? Because there are countries, they're gonna align or go behind Russia and support Russia, or at least not supporting the other ones. And if Russia is not destroyed, then you see the second club emerging. That's no doubt, it's already there. It's BRICS, it's with Shanghai organizations and many other little weasel organizations that Russia is part of in East Asia and so on. And look at South America. South America is not friendly to the United States. Why? Because it was too many times. And they kind of, the second they find a little door open, they're gonna get that door. Brazil is not with the United States, even if they congratulated Lula. Okay, Lula is leftist all the way. So Lula has no reason to hate Russia, because sees Russia as Soviet Union, or the descendant of Soviet Union, the heir. So then he is for Soviet Union, but he's going to look at the United States. What did the United States do to me, or do to my brothers around me? And you know, it's just there's a look in Asia. Look how many attempts the Americans and the Japanese done. Did they do? Well, they got Australia, they got South Korea, they got New Zealand, and maybe Philippines here and there, and that's it. Maybe another 1 or 2 countries. But then it's enough. They didn't get Pakistan yet all the way. They didn't get India. I mean, these are big countries. I'm not talking about Bangladesh or Bhutan or not even Vietnam, Laos and ours. Anyway, it's just yeah, that's and Africa. Africa is on the China side and Russian side more than United States, because again, United States went over there and did what it does best, together with the former colonial countries, which are about 5 or 6, if we get Belgium too, Congo, anyway, and not only. So yeah, I think that's also accurate. And the worldview of Russia is one that supports a certain kind of family, certain kind of traditions, a certain kind of culture, and a religion, more or less. Not what we have here, or whatever is pushed to the Western so-called civilization. And only in the Western civilization. That's very strange. Not in, I don't know, Zimbabwe, or they tried, but they got smacked back. I'm talking about these weasels. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.